If you clicked on this video, that means you want to land a job in these banks in the next 30 days. If yes, then this video will answer, do you really need finance or business degree to get into banking sector? Are certification really necessary? And most importantly, what sort of roles can you apply to get your foot in? And if you have no experience or career gap, in the end of this video, I will show you a bonus that will help you to gain that field experience as of today for absolutely free. So make sure you stick till the end. If you're new here, my name is Siddharth Sharma. I'm an ex-recruiter from Government of Canada. I have helped over 3,000 people land better jobs in the last couple of years, and we have done it so good that we've received multiple awards for the same. Now guys, I'll be very honest. Throughout my professional career, I've spent in Service Canada, Shared Services, ESDC, Health Canada, and also at National Defense. So I personally have not done banking sector jobs. So me telling you do this or do that to get in won't make sense. But for this video, I interviewed two amazing banking mentors who themselves are in banks right now, have started from absolute scratch, and they'll be giving you the exact roadmap how you can do it too. So the very first question that I asked them is, do we really need finance or business degree to get into banks? Let's hear from them.
Absolutely. You can always enter banking without any banking knowledge prior to whatever education you have done or anything like that. I was myself a mechanical engineer from India and no work experience at all in India or in Canada. And I cracked into banking in the retail side initially. And for retail, all you need is really good communication skills, really good display of confidence. And there are few retail roles. Some of them require certifications, some of them don't. So if you are somebody who do not have any certifications, you should be targeting for the other retail roles like teller, which don't require a certification. But definitely what you need to have is really good communication skills and a very good display of confidence.
Awesome. Shruti, anything you want to add?
Yeah. So in a contrary, I have a finance background, but I don't have an experience in Canada. Still, I was able to land a job in banking. So basically what I'm trying to say is I do have a friend who is, just like Ruhi, into science background in engineering. But the only thing that puts them into the same branch or the same working style is their client-facing role experience back home. So if they have those experience and the skill set, of course, banking, they do welcome them as well. Yeah.
Perfect. Awesome. Did you hear that? Even they both had no education in the similar domain, still they got it. So if you have that education background, great. If you don't, you still have a chance. Now this is great. Sometimes we actually self-reject ourselves based on, hey, I'm not from finance background or business background. That's why I should not apply. So make sure you apply if you have the right skills. In fact, many times company also write at the end of the job description that even if you're not meeting all the required skills, still you should go ahead and apply for the job. So the first one is done. Let's move on to the next question, which is, do we really need certifications? Let's hear from them.
So if you want to get into an entry level position in terms of like a CSR or a teller role, you don't need any certifications as such or any licenses. But if you want to get into the second level, which is financial service representative or a banking advisor or a personal banker, then you need the certification called IFIC or CSE, which is like a mandatory mutual fund license. So these two licenses are mandatory. It is either of it, either CSE or IFIC. IFIC is comparatively easier to complete and in terms of budget as well. So I would suggest IFIC.
Awesome. Ruhi, anything you want to add to that?
So here is the thing. I am somebody who do not have any certifications when I entered banking. And whatever roles I've been into, they all had a prerequisite of a certification, but I personally did not. What I had was very good networking skills. So there we go. You need to either have very good networking skills or certifications or both. So It's not mandatory.
So since I didn't have the experience back home, this license got me this job. So it was an edge over the other candidates. So if you have one, your process is a little more fastened. But as Ruhi said, even if you don't have, as long as you've got the skill set, then you will land a job in bank. Yeah.
Perfect. You guys added both the things. Amazing. I like that. Now this is great, right? Now they clearly told you do not need a certification to get in. But guys, if I'll be very honest, in 2025, the competition is very high. So if you are open on doing some sort of certification, which is IFIC or CSC, then I personally believe you should totally go for it, because even if you get in, banks will make you do it. And if you have already done that, you will have an upper hand on other apps. But this is just my observation from all the people that we have helped here at MPM to get into banks. Last and the most important, I asked them what sort of entry level roles we can target inside banks. Let's hear from them. And before we listen to them, make sure to have your pen and paper ready, because this is going to be important for you. What entry level banking positions should I apply for in banks? If you can give like 2 or 3 entry-level roles that people can target?
Sure. So she can mention the operation part. So since I'm working in the branch, the levels are customer service representative, or in each bank they have a different title, but it all means the same. So in TD they call it like a personal banker. In CIBC they call it client service representative. In Scotia they call it client experience associate. So these are the roles, or even a teller. So these are the roles which are a beginner level and a client-facing role, where they will be, in the teller centers and in full service branch, in branch experience. So anyone, in terms of even if they have a different background, even if they are doing any survival job, as long as they have the client-facing experience, they will more than welcome to take it. There's no licenses or certifications required.
Perfect. Awesome. Ruhi, anything you want to add?
So my take on this would be, so when it comes to entering into the bank, there are two ways. Either you go into the branch environment, or you go into the advice center / call center / contact center environment. So this side, advice center side, they definitely, if you are entering this side, they definitely don't require any certification. So this is the side where I entered into. So I entered into the financial services advisor, where I was mostly dealing with the credit card customer service. So this side particularly did not require any certification or skill, and this was a way to enter in a bank as well. And when you are entering the advice center, so Shruti has already covered the branch part. When you're entering into the advice center, you should be looking for roles as anything like customer service advisor, financial services advisor, banking advisor. And to be honest, the role names are same in both the cases. So banking advisor we have for branch in RBC, and banking advisor we have for call center in RBC as well. Cards advisor is another role. So these are two ways to enter into a bank and then move way up.
The way up. Perfect. Awesome. So these are the top 3 questions that anyone thinks when they are targeting banking sector roles, right? But I also asked them all these questions, and when I was making this video just became way too long. So if you want me to make another video as a part 2 and add all these questions, let me know in the comments. I'll be more than happy to post that video for you. But you know what? Listening to these amazing mentors is great. But what's even better is if they both can help you one-on-one to get you that job offer inside the banks, right? Well, then inside our job and community, you get access to both of these banking sector mentors, one-on-one support until you land that banking job offer. They both have helped hundreds of people crack into banking sector roles. Many of them had no experience or education here in Canada, but they were still able to make it. And with having a mentor on your side, you can also do the same. And guys, the best part, we also give you a 90-day job offer guarantee. So if you want to learn more about our job and community, just go ahead and book a call with one of our teammates, and they'll be more than happy to show you how it works. See if this fits you, and if you're eligible, I would love to have you inside. And you will also get access to me. So if you're targeting public sector jobs, I'll be more than happy to guide you. In fact, just last month, 2 of our students landed government jobs as well. So I'm also part of this job and community if you're targeting government sector. So definitely check out the link below. Now, since that's out of the way, remember I was talking about the free bonus that can help you gain that hands-on experience inside the banks to add on your resume as well on LinkedIn. Well, the website is called theforays.com, and let me show you how the website looks like. So simply go on Google and type in theforays.com and you will come across this. And once you're on the website, you'll be able to see a lot of job simulations from KPMG, Walmart, see Bank of America, Red Bull, Bloomberg. These are some giants that will help you to gain that hands-on experience and add it in your resume as well on LinkedIn and bridge that gap and get you that job offer. So if you're struggling with career gap or having no experience in the field, this website will be a game changer for you. And I've also added the link in the description below. And that's it for this video, guys. If you need a part 2 of this one, let me know in the comments. If you have any more questions, please do put it down below. I'll be more than happy to guide you further. And if you're stick till here, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next video.